Hey, what's going on, beer lovers? Craft beer lovers unite. Tonight I am looking at the Hopworks Urban Brewery. This is their Fresh Hop Abominable. So it's, I guess I would call it an IPA, although the word IPA doesn't show up on this can anywhere. It's featuring fresh hops. I mean, as soon as you hear those words, you got to sort of assume they're thinking, if hops are featured, IPA is sort of what I'm thinking. I guess Abominable is perhaps their IPA. Yeah, I think Abominable is their kind of base IPA. I'm gathering information as fast as I can here, and I might be wrong about that. I might be just completely wrong. But in any event, what I'm excited about is this is a fresh hop IPA. Off their website, thehopworksbeer.com, it says, "You've never tasted abominable like this before. Fresh Hop Abominable stays true to its namesake with fresh Centennial hops that add juicy notes of pine for a perfect PNW, Pacific Northwest, fresh hop ale." Now this, where are these guys located? I looked it up a second ago. They are in Portland, Oregon. So yeah, deep in the Pacific Northwest, kind of west-northwest IPA style, probably pretty piney. The specs: hops, fresh Centennial, Chinook, Cascade, and Octanum. I've never heard of those. A couple different kinds of malt: two-row malt, C40, C60, and black malt. As I've said before, that doesn't mean a whole lot to me because I don't know my malts as well as my hops. But ABV, 7.3%. Again, definitely I'd say in IPA territory, that kind of 6.5 to, 7.5% that we associate with your standard IPA ABV. IBU, 65%. And for what it's worth, the artist is Martin Ontiveros. Cool art, I agree. I like the colors. Kind of unusual. The green and silver and yellow make a cool combo. It's got a lot of attitude. And there's this cool pattern into the silver, which I didn't notice at first, but it really brings that looks like fresh hop leaves. And I'm big on the experience of the beer and not only the taste profiles and stuff. So far I'm excited because it feels like it's going to be real fresh. It was canned 27 August, so actually it's not quite that fresh. August to September to October, October to November. We're coming up on 3 months since this was canned. I probably, it would have been nice to get it a little sooner with a fresh hop IPA, a fresh hop ale. You really want to drink it as soon as you possibly can, I'm told, so that you can get all the essence of the fresh hops, because hops relatively quickly are going to deteriorate and lose some of their more subtle or interesting flavors, and especially over time, 6 months, a year. I think I did a video. You know what? I don't think I did a video of this. I drank a Japanese IPA, and it was like 3 years old, and man, it just was not good. That's the only beer I've poured down the sink in memory. It was supposed to be a pretty good Imperial IPA, too. I was excited, and then I realized right before I drank it, it's like 3 years old, and it tasted bad. Just not good. Okay? Anyway, drink your IPAs fresh like this one. I am about to crack it open and pour it, and then I will, like I often, pause and get a couple pictures of it, and I will be right back. You won't even notice anything, and I'll pick up the review. So let's get this thing open. We've done the ABV, the can, the decoration, can by date, and we've learned a little about the beer and the brewery. So, here we go. Sounds nice, smells nice. A little bit of head foam already coming up from the can. Let's pour it, and then I'm going to get a couple pictures. Pretty. Ooh, darker than I thought. All right, I will be right back. Okay, and we're back. So first notes, this is much more red than I expected. Holy cow, it doesn't actually really look like an IPA to me. It smells like an IPA, but with a lot more malt than I would usually expect. But I can smell the hops, I can smell the bitterness. It's interesting, it actually does sort of smell like a winter ale, and that's especially weird because I don't really know what a winter ale is supposed to smell like. But something about this, I'm like, yeah, I don't know, it's hard to explain. It definitely doesn't feel like a summer drink. It smells heavier and thicker and richer and more robust than a pale IPA. The colors make a difference in my opinion. The darker it is, the heavier it usually feels. That's not always true, and there are beers that are famous for looking dark but being fairly light in both alcohol or taste or whatever, but in general, I think it's fair to say the trend is lighter beers are lighter to drink and darker beers are darker and more intense. So this is a little darker than I was expecting and may also be a little more intense than I was expecting. Let's give it a taste. Well, that is different. I mean, it does remind me of IPAs. It reminds me almost ooh. There's a lot of tastes in there. Wow, there's mixes of different kind of hop flavors. There's malt flavors coming in and out. This could be a sipper. This feels like a waste to chug back because I tasted so many different tastes over the course of that sip. Wow, that's incredible. It's actually a very complex little beer. Not what I expected at all. I'm kind of annoyed in a way because it's very good. I didn't say this, but I opened this to have it with my like buffalo chicken wings that are on the way. This is not going to go super well with buffalo chicken wings. It's too complex and too interesting, and it's not light enough. And that's not the fault of the beer. It's my own fault. But I didn't really know what I was getting into when I purchased it. Hey, side note: it looks like the can was originally a different can and then got wrapped over with a label for this beer. So that's just kind of funny. I wonder if they had too many cans and they had to label over them with something else. Anyway, let me move towards some final words on this. That maybe winter ale is the best word, and maybe that's why they didn't call it an IPA, because to me an IPA implies something that's pretty easy to drink, refreshing, pale in color, India Pale Ale. And this has gone to another level. In some ways, that's a problem for me, as I've described, because I was looking for something a little simpler, just a little more fresh hops, and not quite so complicated to go with my meal. But that's okay. It's a good beer. I would highly recommend it if you're into hops, if you're just into interesting beers. This is good. This is good. And it's got a lot going on that I haven't tasted in another beer that tastes exactly like it. It's going to be very familiar to you. It's not like this is going to blow your mind and be like, wow, I've never had anything like that. But it is I would say, a fairly interesting twist on a familiar style to most of us craft beer lovers. So I will leave it at that for now. Hopworks, Fresh Hop Abominable, winter ale made with fresh hops. Go check it out. Go check them out. Support your local breweries. Hey, leave me a comment if you've had anything else by Hopworks, any recommendations, any other winter ales, any thoughts on my difficulty deciding if I should call this an IPA or something else. If you have any opinions on that. Subscribe to this channel if you like this kind of beer content. I got tons more. Hey, if you like it, come find me on Instagram. I think it's at Craft Christian Reviews, and you can find the photo I just took of this, along with a bunch of other beer pictures that are kind of fun to take in. There's a real nice community for beer on Instagram for craft beer. It's been fun to get started in. So leave a like, a subscribe, a comment, and I will see you in the next video, and hopefully see you over on Instagram. And until then, enjoy whatever you're drinking. Stay safe, stay sane, and hope you're enjoying all the craft beer and all the local breweries near you. And I'll see you in the next video.